Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. Yes, yesterday was we had a bit of volatility here. A nice dump, a nice pump up, and then a nice dump back down again. Obviously, we don't believe in double bottoms, but this could be one of those. This could be. If we keep our fingers and toes crossed, one of those rare occasions where it is one. We've obviously got this low here. We just took out the bottom of this low. We are on a 4-hour 9. So if we can, maybe we get another little bit of a squeeze down on this candle, although we have 16 minutes left. But yeah, maybe we can get the pump up, get back above 58,500. At which point I would, if we do get above here, I think there is a very high likelihood we get back above 60,000 and back into this range. Clearly, you could tell by my initial comments, we don't particularly believe in double bottoms, and this is not really a sign of strength being back down here. So we are obviously on the cusp of losing this, losing the low of this candle, taking out this horizontal, and then moving down towards the low 50s. That is a distinct possibility, whilst we are down here. So definitely got to keep an eye on that. If I did want to throw out there my bias, I think potentially we could get a bit of a turnaround from the sell-off in stock markets. If we look at Ethereum Satoshi pairing, it's not looking too bad. It isn't looking too bad. So maybe it is just a bit more of that profit taking in Bitcoin, especially seeing as we've got JP back in as president of the Fed, even though we do have Brainard as a VP, but obviously they were factoring, like, I think about a 30% chance of Brainard getting in. So the fact that she's not in is clearly not as bullish for inflation as it was when we were factoring a 30% chance of her being in. Now there's a 0 chance of her being in, although she is VP. Not that really means much. They like to stick a woman as VP, don't they? Basically, it seems that way. Probably just for optics. But anyway, let's also have a look at the Ethereum USD pairing. I mean, it is obviously struggling along with Bitcoin. Ever so slightly more bullish, but yeah, if we can ever so slightly, I mean, pointless probably even saying that, very minuscule amount. But yeah, if we get back above this horizontal, get back above this, we'll look good. But again, we are flirting down here at lows at important levels. So yeah, there has to be some sort of turnaround, or things will obviously have to find a lower value relationship for our beloved crypto assets. Bitcoin dominance, though, as you can see, I mean, this does not necessarily indicate crypto's done and dusted. Potential. I mean, this is quite a serious bifurcation, really. If you look at how far Bitcoin's moved down and how the Bitcoin dominance has not had a massive spike up, that is obviously a change of behavior. So yeah, potentially good to see the crypto market maturing in that way that altcoins can now potentially decouple from Bitcoin. And yeah, and then just do their own thing. So yeah, I mean, we are obviously looking like we could take out this low and move lower, but again, we could just sideways trade in this range for a bit, but yeah, we'll just have to see, really. All I would say is that it is encouraging to see this coming off as obviously Bitcoin comes off also. What else do we want to look at on here? Yeah, gold getting whacked obviously on Brainard not getting in. Less chance of inflation than there was, although we know we're going to get inflation. Sorry, not less. I thought I should rephrase that. Not less chance of inflation, just less chance of as much inflation. So yes, gold coming down. I mean, this was a level realistically where people, if we are going to have a full-on breakout, this is the level where the serious guys, the big money guys, are going to start picking it up, and it is going to get accumulated down here and then pump on upwards. So if that is to happen, this is where it happens, and if it doesn't happen, then yeah, I mean, it will be a very distinct sign of weakness, and yeah, would have to potentially look lower. Not that I think that will necessarily happen. So stocks, obviously, easing off a bit. They didn't particularly, obviously you can see didn't particularly like the fact that it was JP, or maybe they did and it was just a buy the rumor, sell the fact. You obviously can never really know in markets, but either way they pull back. Do I expect these to potentially stabilize and bounce? Yeah, pretty much, which is part of where my bias for the upside for Bitcoin is coming from. DXY, another leg up, yet another leg up, looking strong AF. Forward check, back check, paycheck. How far do we run away in this parabolic fashion? We can obviously see the J hook that we're currently in. This will have a pullback at some point, just depending on where from. I notice I say pullback, not necessarily reversal. It'll just have a pullback and then obviously continue with the trend, but that pullback could be a pretty exciting time for risk assets. So yeah, finally let's look at stochastics. 4 hour is gonna have a chance at giving us a hand, moving back up. 10 hours turn back down and he's diving again. 12 hours turn back down at a low level. Daily still coming down. Bi-daily still coming down, but getting low though. 3-day coming down, 5-day down, weekly down, bi-weekly still pointing up, and monthly pointing up. But overall, I mean, the 4 hours got a lot of work to do if it wants to overcome all that. But I mean, clearly, after a persistent move down like this, we obviously have got a downward pointing, beating up stochastics. But ultimately, it is always darkest before dawn. We then will, at some point, if we do start to recover, have a good chance of turning those back up, and then yeah, going on a nice run up back towards the top of this range if we are to re-establish price action back in this range. But yeah, at the moment, Bitcoin has basically got to hold these lows. It's got to get back above 58.5. It's got to get back above 60, and then yeah, then potentially look okay. Obviously, stock markets easing off didn't particularly help us here. DXY probably not particularly helping us. So yeah, we are awaiting favourable conditions, more favourable conditions for the move back up, and if we don't get it, low 50s, here we come. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I am off for my first full day of 3 days, 1 day each week for the next 3 weeks of tattoos. So I'm gonna be getting needle tortured today. So yeah, excellent, good times. Thank you for listening though. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.